with our Take a Bite Out of This segment, and this time it's all about some award-winning Miami-style barbecue, apocalypse barbecue, that is. Jeff Budd is here, and listen, I seen you plate all of this, and I'm hungry.
Okay.
And I want to know about apocalypse barbecue because I've heard a lot.
I am ready for you to take a bite out of this delicious food that we have for you today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about having a monster platter at Apocalypse. Okay. We call this the kitchen sink, and we are stacked with absolutely delicious meats. We have our 14-hour smoked brisket. That is a beautiful prime brisket that goes in the smoker, gets a wonderful smoke bath. 14 hours of love goes into making that. Our ribs, beautiful Cheshire spare ribs, nice and meaty. We do a cafecito rub because at Apocalypse, we're all about Miami, right? We're about that 305 culture, and we have to infuse ourselves, our Miami culture, into the food we make. And let's be honest, cafecito is the bloodline of the city.
Okay, so let's stop right there, right? So I'm learning more about this cafecito. I'm learning more about Miami style. And I want you to dig in a little bit deeper about how the Miami style barbecue and Latin culture really is infused in dishes like these.
Absolutely. So everything that we do is a reflection of who we are, and we wanted to pay tribute. We knew that Miami was ripe for some good barbecue, and we knew that that barbecue had to respect the culture that comes around it. And so we looked at maduros as a side that we had to bring. I mean, I've been to my friend's abuelita's house a million times, and it's always arroz con frijoles, un madurito, and some meat, and you have to have that. It has to be part of the meal. So we gave our take by tossing them in brown sugar and cinnamon and smoking them and bringing them to life. And our beans, we start off with a beautiful sofrito, just like my dad taught me how to cook, right? And it's everywhere you look. Our barbecue sauces, like what we put on our brisket, this Carolina mojo right here. We wanted to pay a tribute. We actually just drizzle that on just like that.
Carolina mojo?
So Carolina mojo, because if you've ever been to Nochebuena at anybody's house, Nochebuena, they're doing tremendo lechon.
Who's Nochebuena?
Noche buena.
Noche buena.
You gotta say it like that with love. Buena.
Buena.
There you go.
Noche buena.
So Noche buena literally translates to good night, and it's always a good night because you're having a feasty delight of the best pork you'll ever have in your life. And so somebody's grandpa is always there throwing down on tremendo lechon, and the secret ingredient is always mojo. And every family has a unique way of making that mojo, but it always comes together the same. And I wanted to give a little bit of that holiday spirit into our beautiful food, and so we brought mojo into our Carolina sauce, put that on our brisket, and just whoo.
You know, it went from a backyard cookouts to what they call cult favorites.
Yeah, so we started off, it was pandemic, right? It was right in the middle of all the craziness, and I had a different business. I was walking a different path in life, and my business, unfortunately, it went under, like a lot of things that happened during the pandemic. And I leaned back into something that I loved, something that I had always done to bring my family together, which was cooking for everybody. And I said, you know what? This is a time when everybody's kind of being told to stay apart, and food is going to be how we still maintain our relationships.
Okay, I want to ask you about some of these sauces that you have. You have a lot of sauces. We got about 45 seconds left of the show.
Real quick.
I want to pour some sauce to help you out.
Pour some sauce. So right there in your hand, that one right there, that's our Oro Negro sauce. That's our colada infused barbecue sauce. Drizzle that right there on the ribs. Ooh, give it that love. There you go. It's a gift from above. And then right here, you got the mango habanero. That comes over here on our pork belly burn ends. So you got our pineapple piggies with the mango habanero sauce. Absolutely delicious. And finally, you have our cowboy butter right over here. That goes on our deep fried corn. We wanted something really healthy on the menu. So we put a vegetable.
Of course, you got to put the vegetable. And we can't forget about these amazing cookies. And I mean, that's a whole nother story in itself, but this is the only dessert that you guys have on the menu.
Only thing.
1 out of 10, how good is it?
Well, those cookies are the reason I'm married. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I'm gonna try this, and guys, listen, you can always find Apocalypse Barbecue. How can we find you and get in touch?
We're located in Kendall, but you can always check us out on Instagram at Apocalypse Barbecue or on our website, apocalypsebarbecue.com.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming on the show.